Paints and stuff. What's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you should buy an RC51. One of them applies specifically to the 0506 SP2, which I think hands down is like one of the best color schemes that Honda's released.
It is a fantastic color scheme.
But
so to start this off though, reason number 1, it's reliable. It's a Honda. You know, when you get into motorcycles, you kind of have to deal with a couple things, and I don't think necessarily reliability is always one of those things you deal with.
yeah.
But this thing is fantastic. It is stupid reliable. I have literally had 0 issues. Have you had any issues when you owned it?
I had one issue, and it was an age thing. So you guys can know about it. The contacts on the starter switch started to wear down, and I had to replace the starter switch. It was $38.
All things considered, that's $38. No big deal.
Yeah, it literally had no issues. We've had this bike since 2018.
The bike has now. Let's see how many miles it has on it.
Like 22.
Yeah, 22,454 miles on it as it sits right now.
And I've seen examples of RC51s running to 70, 100,000 miles.
0 issues.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is exactly that. It has no issues. It's been fantastic. It's literally, you get on, you ride, you enjoy your life.
And that's a big thing for V-twin superbikes, because you don't really have the option. I'm very partial to V-twins myself. I'm a big V-twin guy.
And because of you, I'm now a big
Yeah.
V-twin guy.
and there's not a lot of options out there as far as V-twin superbikes are concerned. You've got KTM, you've got Ducati, and you've got the RC51, basically.
KTM reliability is very questionable.
Yeah.
I've seen, because I really wanted a KTM RC390, and I've actually seen a lot of them on Facebook Marketplace with blown engines.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I've never seen one of these.
People just want more power out of them. I've never seen a blown engine on an RC51 that wasn't like hyper race tuned, like a race bike.
Yeah.
So the reliability is top notch. I have a Panigale as well. I'll try to link a walk around.
And how it broke the day after he bought it.
It did break. I'll link that one. It did break the literally the day after I bought it. I had a shifter issue.
Yeah.
This has had no issues. I've actually put more miles on this than I have on the Ducati so far. The Panigale is reliable for a Ducati.
Yes.
But back in the day when your choice was this or a 998, 996, 999, you're talking about valve adjustments every 6,000 miles for $1,000 to $1,500.
Yeah.
Ducati maintenance and parts, like it's just a no-brainer. And I think that kind of leads into the second point, is the heritage of this bike.
Yeah, what a cool bike.
I mean, this bike was known as the Duck Hunter back in the day. Back when you know, Nicky Hayden and Colin Edwards were riding it and just wrecking everyone on a 996 and 998. It was, I mean, that was that. You know, like this thing has so much pedigree. It's so classic. I've gone on rides and meets where there will be a Super Leggera Panigale next to me, and I'm having people talk to me about the RC51.
And that is actually the same thing about it, is this was the end of the RC line. Everything went after that to the CBR 1000 Fireblade.
Yeah.
So you had the RC30, you had the RC45, and it ended with this.
Yeah.
It's literally the last of the lineup.
I really do hope that Honda comes back in with like a competitive V4 or V-twin. That would be insane.
Fantastic.
But I totally understand why the CBR 1000 RR is. It is obviously a faster bike than this one is.
Yeah.
But that actually is kind of going to be a bonus reason, actually, over the CBR 1000, is despite the fact that this doesn't have as much power, it does have a ton of torque, which is great. But it's all usable power. Like, you can get on this bike and ride it harder with less experience. And I'm not saying put in the seat time.
Yeah, definitely.
Put in the seat time. Make sure you're a good rider. I'm not going to say you can ride this thing hard if you don't have any experience. Respect the bike. This bike commands respect. But I can push harder on this bike than I can a CBR 1000, and I'm not the best rider in the world. I'm okay. But I think that that's a huge thing. The torque is great, and the power is usable.
It's very usable.
Yeah.
It honestly, it's very on tap. Like,
yeah,
you twist the throttle, it moves.
And in comparison to the Panigale, obviously, I have an 899 Panigale, and the 899 has more power than the RC51 does.
This feels faster.
I mean, it's got that torque.
The Ducati weighs 100 pounds less than this.
Yeah. The Ducati weighs 100 pounds less, and it's got
2 more horsepower and 2 more torque.
No more than that.
No, I checked it. It's 2 and 2.
We're looking at 135 crank.
144.
Oh.
Yeah, 144. The Ducati has 146.
See, this
Because
guy knows.
when I thought about buying, when I'm going to buy the Ducati at some point, we don't talk about that. I was looking into it, and that's the main thing is the Ducati literally has 2 more horsepower, 2 more torque than this, and it weighs 100 pounds less.
Yeah, and I actually have the Termi, as like a quick aside, I have the Termi slip-on with the up map, which actually increases low and mid-range torque on the Panigale, and it's still no comparison to this thing.
Yeah.
So torque is a big thing.
Very big thing.
So, and that also kind of leads into the next point, which is
sound.
Yeah.
This bike sounds incredible. I will say, I don't think the stock exhaust is the best sounding thing for this. I think the stock exhaust actually sounds very weak for this bike. But something like these Dan MotoGP pipes sounds incredible. We are eventually going to do some exhaust comparisons for you because I have the Dan MotoGP pipes for this, and I have the XG1s, which are just a straight pipe.
But I do think we should give a little bit of a teaser.
Go right ahead.
So, just so you guys can hear it, because like, why would we talk about sound? It's a great sound. It's
V-twins sound so good.
They're just and this one sound-wise just it gives me the chills.
I think it's like a step above, honestly.
I think it really is one of the best sounding V-twins you could get in history.
I agree with that because like your 99 is a V-twin, and like it sounds good, but it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will do an exhaust comparison video for you at some point.
Yeah.
That's not right now.
Yeah.
But there you go. Sound is amazing.
Yep.
The last thing, this is kind of, we actually agree on this, but he didn't want to talk about it. This bike makes you feel like Batman. I'm just gonna be real. It is definitely because it's black.
No, this is the Bat bike.
This is the Bat bike. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
He did a commercial that he has on his lovely Instagram. If you ever want to go see it,
it's like a little spec commercial.
But you know what? I actually really love that commercial. I showed it to a lot of people because he's on this bike, and it is literally just a Bat bike.
Yeah.
It is the Bat bike.
Yeah.
Which was actually a good comparison we made with the Ducati.
Yeah. Because like the Panigale is Bruce Wayne.
And this is Batman.
For sure.
Like you can't not feel like a superhero when you're riding this bike. The position is so aggressive, like we talked about. The torque it makes is so instantaneous. The sound it makes is so ridiculous. Literally all these things add in to make this just the Bat bike.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
It's just so cool. Okay, so
and there's actually one other thing I wanted to add that I thought about when we were talking about this. A sixth reason. The shifting on this thing is incredible.
It is really good.
The shifting. Honda shifters, because like even this is really nice and crisp and it feels good. I rode his Ducati and I was kind of sad because the shifter kind of feels like you're pushing through mud. I'm just being honest.
It feels good when you're using the clutchless upshift.
Fair. I didn't do that.
You get a little backfire on it.
Do you? That's fantastic.
But the feedback on the shifter is much better.
It's very solid. It feels so good.
And this isn't ragging on the Panigale in any way. The Panigale is a fantastic bike.
it's one of the most beautiful bikes. It is so sick.
Yeah. Like neither of us are getting rid of either of these bikes.
No.
Ever.
Exactly.
Ever. So it's,
the shifting is so close.
Yeah.
So those are the now 6 reasons.
6 reasons why you should get a RC51 SP2. I personally don't have any experience with the SP1.
I don't either.
I had an 03 before this that I got into an accident with in 08, and the reason I actually got this one was because I just loved RC51s, and I got really lucky on this one.
Yeah, and then I got really lucky.
Yeah, it was one of those things when I really wanted to get the Panigale, and I just knew we couldn't get rid of this, and fortunately he was down, and we made it work out, so we're keeping it in the family.
Like literally, when you first came by to drop it off to go pick up the Ducati, you rolled down the aisle like, oh god, it's sick.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is fantastic. Yeah. So if you guys have kind of like slept on this bike, don't, because they're actually starting to go up in price again.
They really are. If you find yourself being able to grab a clean title one for under $6,000, you should jump on it.
Don't
because even as an investment, that bike is going to be, for example, we actually saw one of these at the dealership, It had a steering dampener and better pipes. I think that was it.
Sure.
Then this one, and they wanted, it was like 12.5.
Yeah.
They wanted 12.5, and it had like 3,000 less miles. It had like 18,000 miles on it.
Yeah, and they still wanted
Didn't it?
12.5.
They wanted 12.5.
So prices are definitely going. Prices
Yeah.
are kind of up for everything right now,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily think these are going to really drop because
I don't
like
think so
they
at
are.
all. I don't think so at all.
I think because of what they are,
This
they're
is
going to continue.
a collector's bike.
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been one of the reasons. I mean, it is.
Well, that kind of
coded.
heritage,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
So let us know what you guys think. If you guys have an RC51, if you love it, if you're looking for one and you're on the fence between that or something else, let us know, and
just
maybe
get it.
we'll talk you into the RC51, or maybe
Yeah.
we'll tell you that you might actually be better off getting whatever you want to get. I don't know. Everyone's got different preferences. I personally love V-twin superbikes,
I think this thing is so sick.
and this thing is insanely good.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think of the video in the comments down below. And if you like the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
And we appreciate you guys.